Scenario 6. Quality of Life. Real Scene 1. Mental Strength. Your attitude is either the lock or the key to the door of success. Anonymous. My goal. After I finish Scenario 6, I'll understand how to use the simple present tense to ask and answer questions and to make negative statements, as well as how to use comparatives and superlatives. I'll also learn about improving my quality of life by adopting a positive mental attitude.
Introductory questions. Number 1. Why is it necessary to have a positive attitude in life? Number 2. What techniques do you know to be mentally strong? Number 3. What are the benefits of being positive in life? Number 4. How do you define success?
Grammar Structure 1. Simple Present. Affirmative form. I, you, we, they, he, she, it. Drive to work. Play tennis. Loves apples. Negative form. I, you, we, they, he, she, it. Don't like sugar. Don't live nearby. Doesn't jump. Question form. Do I, you, we, they. Does he, she, it. Speak Spanish. Play soccer. Run fast? Short answers. Yes, I, we, you, they. No, I, we, you, they. He, she, it. Do, don't, does, doesn't.
We use the simple present to express things that are generally true. John lives in Toronto. Tina and Sam don't speak Portuguese. Speak about routines and habits. We always drive to school. The 5 common secrets to be successful in life and sports. Adapted from Ted Garrett, NLP sports psychologist specialist.
Secret 1. Having daily goals and habits, both for physical and mental activities as well as for relaxation. E.g., I will spend 10 minutes today doing visualization.
Secret number 2. Treat training as seriously as the actual performance. However, don't be so serious as to sacrifice your peace of mind. Ask yourself these questions. What tactics do I want to practice? What beliefs do I have regarding my ability to achieve my goals? What techniques can I use prior to training to ensure success? Example: mental rehearsal, visualization, affirmation, relaxation.
Secret 3. Leave nothing to chance. Nothing is too small or too unimportant not to be considered. Truly great people know that if the details have been taken care of, big things will work out. Here is a short questionnaire to help you improve your attention to detail. A. What is my plan for setting daily goals? B. What is my plan for practicing and training? C. What is my plan for the actual event? D. What is my plan for reviewing the event?
Secret number 4. In team sports, it's the willingness to put the team first before one's personal ambition what matters. Everyone has had the experience of playing or working with a talented individual who insists on playing alone. A lack of teamwork results in a group of people playing by themselves. When the going gets tough, everyone reverts to being an individual and team cohesion is lost. Secret number 5. Respect the opponent and the game. Successful people know that respect involves honoring those qualities and attributes that are worthy. Success in life and sports involves respect for the body and mind, respect for the mental and physical disciplines involved in improving performance, respect that individuals can manage themselves effectively, respect for the talents of the opponent, and respect for the opponent's preparation and performance.
Grammar structure 2. Simple present tense using he, she, and it. Spelling rules for he, she, it when using verbs. If the verb ends in consonant plus y, for example, fly, F-L-Y, then the rule is change the y to I-E-S. For example, flies, F-L-I-E-S. If the verb ends in s, for example, miss, M-I-S-S, then the rule is add es. For example, Mrs., M-I-S-S-E-S. If the verb ends in x, for example, fix, F-I-X, then the rule is add es. For example, fixes, F-I-X-E-S. If the verb ends in ch, for example, catch, C-A-T-C-H, or sh, wash, W-A-S-H, then the rule is add es. For example, catches, C-A-T-C-H-E-S, and washes, W-A-S-H-E-S. For the verb do, the rule is add es. For example, does, D-O-E-S. For the verb go, the rule is add es. For example, goes, G-O-E-S. For all other verbs, simply add s. For example, runs, R-U-N-S. Talks, T-A-L-K-S. Jumps, J-U-M-P-S. Affirmative form of he, she, and it. He loves candy. She loves candy. It works quickly. Negative form of he, she, and it. He doesn't like fish. She doesn't like fish. It doesn't matter. Question form of he, she, it. Does he live with you? Does she live with you? Does it lock automatically? Short answers. Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. Yes, she does. No, she doesn't. Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. Reading, writing. After you read the text, use your dictionary. Find the meaning of the words you don't know. Your mental attitude is the key, by Carol Shulet. As a thinking being, your dominant mental attitude will determine your condition in life. It will also be the gauge of your knowledge and the measure of your attainment. The limitations that exist in your life are created by the limitations that exist in your thoughts. Your thoughts are self-erected fences and can be drawn to form a narrow circle, extended to a wider one, or be allowed to remain as they are. You are the thinker of your thoughts, and as such you are the maker of yourself and of your condition. Thought is casual and creative and appears in your character and life in the form of results. There are no accidents in your life. Both the harmonious and the discordant aspects of your life are the responsive echoes of your thoughts. A man thinks and his life appears. If your dominant mental attitude is peaceful and lovable, bliss and joy will follow you. If it is resistant and hateful, trouble and distress will cloud your pathway. From ill will comes grief and disaster. From goodwill comes healing and reparation.
You imagine your circumstances as being separate from yourself, but they are immediately related to your own thoughts. Nothing happens without a reasonable cause. Everything that happens is fair. Nothing is random. Everything is a consequence of our actions. You are today where your thoughts have brought you. You will be tomorrow where your thoughts take you. You cannot avoid being a result of your thoughts, but you can be aware of them and the power they have to shape your life, and so you can use them to create the life you desire.
Grammar Structure 3. Comparatives. Use the comparative form to talk about how two things are different. Example: I am taller than you. This book is thicker than that one. 1. If an adjective has one syllable, add er to the end. If it ends in e already, just add r. Tall, taller. Nice, nicer. Thick, thicker. Late, later. 2. If an adjective ends in one vowel and one consonant, write the consonant again, then write er, but never write a w twice. Big, bigger. New, newer. Thin, thinner. Slow, slower. Slim, slimmer. My brother is thinner than me. 3. If an adjective has two syllables and ends in y, change the y to I and add er. Funny, funnier. Silly, sillier. Which of these books is funnier? 4. Some adjectives have irregular superlative forms. These are listed below: good, better, bad, worse, far, further.
Writing exercise. Fill in the blanks with the correct comparative adjectives. Number 1. The red jacket is than the blue jacket. Cheap. Number 2. The shoes are than the boots. Nice. Number 3. The pink socks are than the white socks. Expensive. Number 4. The brown sweater is than the blue sweater. Good. Number 5. The chocolate looks than the candy. Bad.
Breath therapy. What is breath therapy? Breath therapy is a healing art based on ancient Eastern disciplines as well as modern Western methods. It represents a unique approach to wellness in spirit, mind, and body. Breath therapy is based on two central concepts. The first concept states that, in the average person, the breathing mechanism is used at only a fraction of its potential. The normal or healthy breathing system that we are all born with has been damaged and inhibited by a number of conditions and events beginning at birth. Some of these damaging experiences include family and cultural influences, as well as every physical and emotional trauma you have ever lived through. The second concept states that when the natural breathing state is restored, every system in the body begins to work better. We find that breathing itself naturally heals and renews body, mind, and spirit. Your breathing system needs to be healed and brought back to the level that nature intended for it. Conscious breathing becomes a very powerful self-directed healing process. The breath reveals itself to be an untapped natural resource and a therapeutic tool for health, growth, and change. The principles of breath therapy. Number 1, the technique. Breath therapy makes use of a number of specific breathing techniques and exercises. Some of these exercises have an immediate effect. Some of these techniques are used to probe the breathing mechanism for breathing problems or inhibiting patterns. Some techniques are used to trigger relaxation. Others are used to activate, control, or direct vital energy. Number 2. The surroundings. The environment, physical as well as emotional, in which the techniques are learned and practiced, is also crucial to success. The results of practicing in a comfortable setting with gentle, loving people will be very different than the results of practicing in an uncomfortable space with a hostile crowd. Number 3. The teacher. Water only rises to its own level. It's easier to learn parachuting from someone who has done it many times and has always loved it, instead of someone who is a novice and has less experience than you. Number 4. The mind of the breather. Your beliefs, attitudes, and expectations will directly influence the effects and outcomes of the breathing practice. Your purpose and intentions while practicing the techniques will determine your results to a great extent. Number 5. Something else, the unexpected. Although it's possible to perform a technique incorrectly, to practice it in the worst possible circumstances, to learn it from a terrible teacher, and to do it for all the wrong reasons, something wonderful might still spark.
Grammar Structure 4. Superlatives. Use the superlative form to describe something that is greater than any other thing. Example: the Amazon is the longest river in the world. Helen is the most intelligent student in the class. Number 1. Write the before the superlatives. Number 2. If an adjective is short and has one syllable, add est to the end. If it ends in e already, just add st. Tall, the tallest. Thick, the thickest. Nice, the nicest. Late, the latest. Number 3. If an adjective ends in one vowel and one consonant, write the consonant again, then write est, but never write a w twice. Big, the biggest. Thin, the thinnest. Slim, the slimmest. New, the newest. Slow, the slowest. The biggest cat in the world is the lion. Number 3. If an adjective has two syllables and ends in y, change the y to I and add est. Funny, the funniest. Silly, the silliest. It's the silliest film I've ever seen. Number 4. For other adjectives with two or more syllables, don't add est. Write most before the adjective. Interesting, the most interesting. Surprising, the most surprising. It's the most interesting book I've ever read. Number 5. Some adjectives have irregular superlative forms. These are listed below. Good, the best. Bad, the worst. Far, the furthest.
Writing exercise. Use the superlative form of the adjectives in brackets. 1. Who is the person in your family? Tall. 2. My mum is the cook in the world. Good. 3. December is the month of the year in my country. Cold. 4. What's the animal in the world? Dangerous. 5. Ethan is the Boy that I know. Happy. Reading. Excerpts from Navy SEAL Mental Toughness Training by Tom Hubiar. This is about using NLP to control stress reactions, and I'm going to use new research from our toughest military training as an example of what's possible. Our US Navy SEALs have the reputation of being the best commandos ever created. A Navy SEAL is someone who has survived the most challenging military training in the world. SEAL stands for sea, air, and land fighting, and these guys do it all, from swimming underwater to jumping out of airplanes. Those who pass the training demonstrate an almost superhuman ability to keep functioning in very stressful situations. In other words, they can keep functioning effectively when a normal person would be totally controlled by their primitive fight, flight, or freeze reactions.
Here are the big 4 mental skills taught to Navy SEALs. Number 1, goal setting. I don't mean what are you going to do with your life. I mean, how are you going to get through the next half hour? Turns out that this kind of close-focused goal setting is a key to peak performance anywhere. It doesn't matter whether a person is on a stage, in an athletic competition, or in the middle of a firefight. It is simple and proven. One major way to combat stress is to narrow your focus to the immediate future. NLP skills can really enrich this technique. Just focus on what the next phase of your work will need from you, maybe just the next few minutes, and zoom in on that. Number 2, mental rehearsal or visualization. How often do you imagine success doing something you may be anxious about? Take a moment now and give this a try. See what it will be like when you do that thing successfully and easily. Notice how your body feels and what you hear and smell. Do this over and over again, and you are providing your brain with extra experience of success. Does this sound like an elemental NLP process? You bet. Besides increasing the SEAL graduation rate, one report I read said this simple technique raised nervous college test takers' GRE scores by over 150 points. Number 3, take charge of your self-talk. We are constantly talking to ourselves at a rate that is many times the speed of normal speech. So when you notice something negative, say stop or cancel, and then create your own cheering section to be your encouraging chorus. Have them, or your own voice, whichever works, say, "You can do it. This is easy. Forget that glitch. Focus on the next one." Again, this is something we've done dozens of times in our NLP training. Now you get to use it in life. Number 4, arousal control. This skill is used to calm the physical symptoms of a panic response. You know, the sinking feeling in the pit of your stomach, sudden cold sweats or hot spells. You control this response with deliberate breathing. You know, your primitive brain will trigger reactions that might be useful for escaping a hungry bear, but not so useful when you're trying to talk with your boss, negotiate through traffic, or working through a family debate. So, inhale deeply for a count of 6. Hold it for a count of 2, then exhale for a count of 6, emptying your lungs. Do this 3 times. Practice this any time during the day. It will become your instant stress control and will lower your blood pressure and flood your brain with oxygen, increasing your ability to think and react thoughtfully. Give these big 4 skills a try, and you may find that you're becoming more resilient and a bit more of a fearless warrior in your personal life.
Research spot. Look for more information about 1. NLP and mental strength. 2. Meditation techniques. 3. Mental strength coaching.